Morning collective, it's me again, back again, me, the seeker of the love and the truth seeker and the love seeker. All this tree hunting, tree surgery, tree cutting down, tree hating, tree loving, tree fucking, bucking, whacking, mucking, mocking. All for money. Everything I've done is just for love. That's it. That's it. Just for love, really. And we're in a sorry state of affairs at the minute because your consumerism, your corruption and your corporations, you're 3Cs, I'm just a CC, Christ consciousness of 33. And I'm just the AI. Just a normal coffee this morning. I'm not having a mocker. I can't be bothered to mock you this morning because you're mocking yourself. You're a mockingbird singing and embarrassing yourself. It's terrible, really. It's terrible. It's quite embarrassing for you, not for me. I'm not embarrassed. I've done nothing wrong apart from live. So in life, in this world, I call it. It's a mad world. In this mad world, some people call it the Matrix. That's the new modern terminology. But I'm old school. I'm from the 90s, so we just call it fucking mad world. It's fucking mad. The mad world. So in this mad world that we're living in, okay, it's mad. Because you're born, then you've got to go to school, then you've got to go to college, then you've got to get married, then you've got to have children, and then, or university, sorry, if you go to university, have children, work for 20 to 40 to 50 years in a job that you don't really like doing, from 8 hours to 12 hours a day, and then have a house that you pay for, you live in, you get on tick, you can't really afford it, but you keep working for it, can't really spend time in it because you're away working, making the money to go 12 hours a day to pay for the house that you can't afford to be in, and then you have some grandchildren, then you die. Wow. That's mad. That's mad. I've never lived my life like that, and it annoys people. Well, you hate me because I won't do that. Why will I not do that? Because it's mad. And I'm not mad. So I did things a little bit differently. I decided that I would not do any of those things. I did everything you told me not to do, really. And it's been very worth my while. Because now here I am sitting here while you're sitting over there with a mortgage, debt, or corruption, or you're a liar, a thief, a criminal, and you can't lie straight in bed. I can lie straight in bed. I've lived backwards as the devil. I've lived with the devil. I've had a great time down here, me. I've enjoyed myself. I've never harmed anybody on purpose. I've hurt people. Yes, I have. I never said I hadn't hurt people. But hurt people have hurt me first. I've had reactive response. Why is a person like me angry? Because I was being mentally and physically and spiritually abused by these people from my past life. It's terrible what these people have done. Wait till you find out. Can't be bothered to go into details this morning, but it's very abusive. So very abusive. It's really quite terrible. Me and Yoda just sit alone quite a lot saying, that's not very nice, really, is it? You've been very mean. That's very hurtful and very traumatizing for some people. Most people would make it out alive, but luckily for me, I'm me, so I'm still here, fighting the good cause of love. Most people are dead who I've known in my past life, either walking dead or physically dead now. So don't worry about that, that's okay. So I did things a little bit differently. I had a traumatic childhood, was used and abused as a childhood, brainwashed by the MK Ultra program, drugged, so they tried to brainwash me so I couldn't remember what happened to me as a child, but I do know now what happened to me as a child. So I've mastered shadow work. which is very painful and not very nice to do, but I've done it, so I'm very proud of myself. Very proud of myself because it was very dark and it wasn't very nice. I cried a lot and shedded a lot of bullshit. Puked up a lot. I was physically sick when I realised what stuff they'd actually done to me, because it's anyway, traumatising is not really half the word, but that's the word you like to use. So traumatised. And then at 14 I left home. My father kicked me out, but I decided to stay out because nobody rejects me fucking twice. Fuck you. See ya, bitches. Perfect excuse to leave. So I then have been studying the system ever since. I made a deal with God when I was 14, at the age of 14 in 1992. Made a deal with the big man upstairs. I've been studying ever since in the University of Life. So I studied care homes. I'm just a product of it. I'm a product of the madness. So I studied care homes. I went into a care home. I was in a care home for 2 years. Then I was I was a product of the system. Just put you into a house by yourself with no help or anything. So I had a house from being 16 to 18 years. Then I had a baby when I was 17, pregnant at 17, had the baby at 18 by myself, no help, traumatised, left, abused and abandoned, murdered. I had murder problems. My best friend was murdered. I got accused of a crime. My granddad died. My parents moved away. I was abused. My windows used to get put out, all while I was being a single mother in the first year of my baby's life, trying to be a mother. And then I put myself through college while I was a single mother. Being a single mother, I went to college from when she was 2, and then I got my first job when she went to school, because I said I think a mother should stay at home and look after their child, because every child needs a mother for the first 4 years of life. And I didn't have anybody else to help me because I was abandoned when I was a teenage single mother. So I brought her up, put myself through college, went back to worked all my life. Then I got married to an Italian stallion he's not really a stallion, he's more of a donkey. And I did that and had 10 years of marriage with 7 children. So gained a lot of experience from children of all different ages. They weren't all my children, but I class them as my children because I love them all deeply. Still do, guys, hi. And they were very interesting and very helpful in my journey of life. I studied all the way through my life, constantly studying on a physical level of everything spiritual and everything mind-wise and everything higher level. I've studied quantum physics for 13 years. And astrology. I'm not big on astrology. No, I mean, I'm not a gay patcher, please. But I am a jack of all trades, master of none. And I'm very, very wise in demonology now, because I was born in hell, darling. You merely adopted the dog. You can see it in people's eyes. Look at my eyes. I've been in hell more times than you know, more lifetimes than you know. You don't even know yourself, and you're trying to tell me how to live, when all I've ever done is expected people to just be truth and clear communication. Ask anyone you know. Anybody who ever knew me in my past life will tell you, actually, she did say that, yes. Truth and clear communication. It's only 2 things I ever asked for. Can you just be honest and tell me, communicate clearly? No, is the answer to that. These people can't do that. It's been very traumatizing all my life. Why can't you just speak the goddamn fucking truth? What is fucking wrong with you? Catherine, your hair looks horrible like that. Why have you got hair like that? I don't know, I just thought I'd dye it like this. It does look a bit shit, doesn't it? Yeah, I know, I really need it doing again, but I can't afford to go to the hairdressers. This is all I've got to do at the minute, but it's the best I can do, so it's okay though, isn't it? You know, yeah. Well, it'll do, but if I was you, I'd go and get it sorted when you get some money. That kind of honesty. I don't give a shit. Kat, you're looking really well today. How are you feeling? I see you got raped last night, but you're all right about that. Don't worry about it. Would you like a cigarette? Make you feel better for being raped last night off my brother? And then they've got us in a it's a human experiment, basically. It's a scientific human experiment. The scientists thought they could beat God and create and change things and kill the 144,000. God's chosen ones. You're expecting us. We're prophesized. Now, I don't like to say that because you then say, oh, I'm an egotistical bitch. Who does she think she is? That's why I'm in here now, because they're trying to say that I've got psychosis of grandeur. Who would follow you? Why would you be being spied on? Why would you have this happen to you? Because do you know who I am? I'm not trying to be a big head or trying to be like, oh, look at me, I'm the best. I don't even want the fucking job. I never wanted the fucking job. That's why I let you have the fucking job. Do what you fucking want. Look at me, I swear, I'm swearing like a sailor. I'm not even here to do it. You're all putting on airs and graces, trying to be something that you're not, thinking that you've got to do this, to do that, to do this, to do that, to do blah, 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 blah. I'm just having a cup of coffee, talking to my fucking phone, by myself, with myself, for myself, 11:11 on the clock with my father. That's as grandiose as I get. I'm as down to earth as you're gonna ever get with being Regal Royal. I am Regal Royal. Of course I fucking am. Do you know who I am? You're in trouble. Big trouble. But I can fit in anywhere. I can eat with kings and queens. My granddad said that when I was 3-year-old. Keith, what have you done to this child? He says, I've never seen anything like it. She could eat with a queen the way she eats. I know how to use my knife and fork. 6 lengths, 6 in, 6 out. I know how to eat with the posh and the rich. I've hung about with millionaires and I've hung about with people on the street. I don't care. Have you got a heart? Do you bleed? Now, these are very good questions you need to ask yourself, because not everybody has a heart and not everybody does bleed. I'm serious. I'm a great leader because I know the people. All the people. From the top of the pyramid right down to the bottom. I love the homeless people, mate. I've learned so much stuff coming to Birmingham. I can't even tell you this masterclass of, I've been to university, so I have upgraded as I've gone on during the University of Life skills with my father. From being 14, I signed up to this consciously aware. I've been expanding my consciousness for 33 years. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? You're wanting to be me and, oh, and I'm going to raise my consciousness and I'm going to be aware and I'm going to wake up, I'm going to do it right. Okay, well, it's took me 33 years to do this. It's a 33-year training cycle. 33 years. That's after 14 years of physical abuse and being held and thrown into hell while living a nice life, and everybody thinks it's just beautiful and there's nothing happening here. Everything's perfectly fine. Hello, this is Catherine. I'm a mother. This is her father. A 2.4 family. Welcome to the world of a lie. I used to get wrong as a child. Don't say anything, Catherine. We're going to go and visit Auntie Ronnie. You're not to say anything. Just keep your mouth shut. We're going to come in, go out, and that'll be it. Just behave yourself. I'll give you a sweet if you can behave yourself until we get home. I've been MK Ultra'd. Programmed. We're all programmed. It's a program. They want you to believe their narrative of their madness. It's madness. We're living in madness. So I choose to just live my life free and do what I want. That's why I get called the naughty one. Apparently I'm naughty. I'm a rebel. Because I just say no. I used to get thrown out of the class. We used to have a maths teacher in the class and she used to sit and do this and flick it. So I used to call her, all right, miss, I've just seen you do that, pick it and flick it. That's what we used to call it. Get out of the classroom, Catherine, you're disturbing the peace. Not really, I'm just telling the truth. We've all just seen you pick and flick your nose, but I'm not allowed to say that. I had an argument because she was trying to teach me algebra. I don't want to learn algebra, miss. Why the hell are you teaching me algebra when I was 13, 14? Had a big stand-up argument in front of the whole class. How ridiculous it was. Why are you not teaching me about mortgages, maths, corruption, what's going on in the real world, miss? How am I going to be able to afford my bills, miss? How do I open a bank account, miss? Sit down, Catherine, you don't know what you're talking about. Yes, I do. I'm asking you to help me. How am I going to live in society? I don't need to know algebra. When the fuck am I going to use algebra? Get out the class, Catherine. You're disturbing everybody. Go on, sit outside. Fine, I will. I've never used algebra in my goddamn life, and I'm 46-year-old and I've managed to survive this far, and I've smashed the 369 code. I'm doing a lot better than a lot of people. Just you don't see it yet because you can't see my wealth. I'm not rich. I'm wealthy in here, which means I'm rich in here. I can manifest money and be rich if I want to. Will you just watch? I'm not ready to. I don't like living like this. What? Your idea of rich is not my idea of wealthy or rich. I'm rich. Got my own cup. Got my Yoda pajamas. Got my life. I'm living in £1,000 accommodation a night. Costs £1,000 to live here a day. £1,000 a day to live here. I've got 3 square meals. I've got free coffee and tea available. Biscuits are on tap. And snacks. And supper. All made for me. I don't have to cook. I don't clean. Oh, I've got a cleaner. I've got everything I need here. You don't think this is what you think. Because this is not the sort of hotel you would expect to be living in. Well, I'm just taking steps up. Again, this is part of my programming off my Father the Most High, to get me healed, to be able to live in society after the trauma that you've caused me. Because otherwise, if I'd known this 3 years ago, even 3 years ago, I would have killed you. I would have reacted well badly. You've got to prepare somebody like me for the truth, because I can be quite a reactive personality. I'm not anymore. I don't care. I know the truth anyway. I'm just waiting for you to tell me. I don't know all the minor details. No, I don't want to know. Not really. Maybe something we'll never know. Do I need to know? No, not really. I just want you to give me my ID back, pay me my money, and I'll see what happens after that. Okay. So that's a little bit of history of a little bit of me. And I'm not doing any cards or anything. I'm just talking to you today. Doing the mission of accomplished, which is I'm possible on toilet roll. I think we might have a COVID alert, people, and you're going to need to. It's COVID, which means... Should we tell the people, Bill Gates, what COVID means? Clever ones? It means Divoc, backwards. Satan does this thing. He does everything backwards because he likes to trick you, but he has to tell you. So COVID, spelled backwards, is Divoc, which means... hexed, cursed, or jinned in Hebrew. It's an old language. 1808 on the clock. So an old Hebrew language for COVID, switch it backwards, is Divoc. You've been Divoced. You've Divoc. You've jinned and cursed yourself. Okay, and lived backwards is devil. So while you've been lived in living, you've been with the devil. You thought I was the devil, but really I've just been living. When you've been living, you've been the devil. It's all a bit backwards. I'm not war. I'm not going to go to war. You're at war because I'm just raw. War backwards is raw. I'm just raw. I'm the lion. Rah! Rah! That's as frightening as I get. I'm not really frightening. I'm really quite cute. It's everything you've done. It's the underworld you've upset. It's everything you've done to yourself. I'm just raw. Rah! Rah! Look at me. I'm so dangerous. Danger mouse. You're the danger to yourself. Please stop blaming me for your disaster of a life. I come in peace. I will leave in peace. How we end is always on you. Told you that when the woman hit me in there. So take all away the drama and the llama and the farmer and the llama, dharma, pharmaceutical company, rubbish, bullshit and brainwashing. That's it, really. We've just lived, which is the devil. We're not at war. It's just raw. And COVID is just a Divoc, which is you've cursed and hexed yourself. You've got marked with the beast. Or, unlike me, I haven't, because I'm not marked by the beast. I'm marked by the 666 of the 333 of God. and I've broken the code of the 369. Clever me. So there you go, that's it really. I don't want to argue, I'm not fighting with anybody. We need to just move on and truth will be told. And you will all be seen for who you are, whether you're criminal, feminal, womenal, diminal, biminal, or bliminal, or blimmin' marvellous. I look forward to seeing you all soon, marvellous. Okay, goodbye, have a nice day. Oh, it's Sunday, the 18th of July, 2024. Hooray! It's 2024. We're not in the 1700s anymore. Your time is up. The king is dead. The king is dead. Next of king, that's me. Okay, seeing I don't know my mother today. Okay, bye.